We understand that this particular period, this transfer window, is one of the busiest we've witnessed as Liverpool fans, because the type of players that are being linked to Liverpool, despite the fact that we've already had a transfer window that can be considered one of the best so far, and we are still being linked with the likes of Isak, Rodrigo. So it shows you so much about where we are right now as a club. Of course, when you expect that type of incoming, it's a no-brainer that we would also be missing some players, the likes of Diaz, Elliott. Some of these people could not be starting the season with us. So this particular video is where we will talk about the latest transfer updates for Liverpool. But before we get into that, let's give a big shout out to Liverpool fans over there in Hong Kong. The type of reception they are giving to Liverpool players who went over to Hong Kong for pre-season is really encouraging. A very good example is in the training session that was shown live yesterday. We noticed that over 20,000 fans were there present to watch Liverpool in a training session, and the type of reception they gave to Ekitike when he just walked into the pitch is just a very good first impression for him, who is just meeting up with his teammates for the very first time. Now, talking about Ekitike, you know that we just splashed big money on him a few days ago, and in less than 24 hours of getting that official announcement from Liverpool that, yo, this guy is our new striker in the squad, in less than 24 hours of that announcement, Ekitike already flied to Hong Kong, and in that training session yesterday, he got to meet with Liverpool players. He got a very warm reception from the fans. Like, that's why I'm saying that these fans over there in Hong Kong, they are doing a very good job. They are doing a very solid job. They are showing up, and they make this pre-season session a very lively one for Liverpool players who are there present. So based on the type of attendance we saw on a training session, I'm very sure that when it comes to the preseason game that will be played against AC Milan, these guys will show up in huge numbers to support the club. So now back to the transfer saga. I just mentioned that Ekitike is our latest signing. We got him like about 2 days ago. Immediately after signing Ekitike, we started hearing news on the side of Newcastle and Isak. As we all know it, Alexandra Isak has been our first choice option in that striking position. We've basically been asking questions about him, trying to bid, and Newcastle have made it very obvious that we are not going to sell. We are not interested in selling him. He's not going anywhere. And they even say that even if you are bringing 150M, we are not making that sale. But immediately Liverpool announced a striker. Isak came out to say that, yo, I'm interested in a move. I'm ready to step out of this club. So that particular news, I mean, it is an exciting one for people that are interested in buying him. And at this very moment, Liverpool is at the top of that list. But then we also had to ask questions like, how come this is happening when we already have a striker? But the follow-up message that came after that, the follow-up announcement, was coming from Fabrizio, where he said that despite the fact that Liverpool already got themselves a striker in Ekitike, they are also interested in getting Isak. So we could basically end this window with Liverpool signing two very solid players that could fit into that striking position, talking of Ekitike and Alexandra Isak. Now, on the side of Isak, the latest information we are getting is that Liverpool is trying to make an offer of 130M. So once we get information that Liverpool have submitted this offer, it would be left for Newcastle to make their own decision and tell us, okay, we are going to work with this, or if there is any additional improvement that needs to be made to that particular offer. But I don't think anything positive is going to happen until Newcastle gets a replacement. We all know that they are currently in hunt of the signature of Sesko. So if they happen to get Sesko as a replacement for Isak, then it would become so much easier for them to reach an agreement with Liverpool. So in the midst of everything that is happening, Isak already came out to say that I'm interested in Liverpool. So like, So in the midst of everything that is happening, we know that Isak is prioritizing a move to Liverpool, because even at this very moment, some clubs from Saudi are interested in his signature. We even saw one news that they are interested in paying him 500k, but he's still insisting that he doesn't want to make that move. Instead, he's trying to focus on getting a move to Liverpool. So it's now left for Liverpool to make the right moves, agree personal terms with Isak, also agree deals with Newcastle, and then finalize everything. So in this very moment, if it seems like no positive thing is happening, it's likely because Newcastle are fully focused on getting a striker that will replace Isak before they go ahead to make the sale. And on the side of Liverpool, we surely need to make some sales at this very point. And the people that their name is popping up repeatedly is the likes of Diaz and Nunez. I've not really seen a solid offer for Nunez, because we understand that Napoli at some point were interested in his signature, but the offer they are making is not matching Liverpool's demand. My solar inverter just went off because it has been raining here for the last couple of days, but we'll still carry on. So on the side of the outgoings, the offer we are getting is for Luis Diaz. This morning I read that there is an improved bid coming from Bayern Munich. They want to bid 70M for Luis Diaz, and I think 70M is a fair offer coming from them. So if they are bringing 70M for the table and they can reach their personal agreements with Diaz, then I say we'll let him go, because he already made his decision that he's not interested in starting next season with us. And for this amount of money, we can just let him go, add that money to whatever we are funding to get Isak's signature, and finalize everything on that side. On the side of Nunez, since we already have Ekitike on board, once we bring in Isak, then it becomes completely necessary that Nunez have to go. Like, we already have two strikers up front, so Nunez will surely have to go. And I'm wondering if Liverpool are just waiting, because you know that even if transfer window closes, the transfer window of Saudi is still open for a couple of weeks. So based on the fact that some Saudi clubs have looked into Nunez previously, I'm wondering if Liverpool would just exercise patience and wait for that return of Saudis. So if Saudi is coming for the likes of Nunez, then this means we are going to start next season without Diaz or Nunez. Now, the case of Elliott is a really pitiful one. To be honest with you, it's a very pitiful one, because Elliott is a decent footballer and he could be getting a lot more game times for Liverpool, but he can't just step in when Salah is fully fit. And when you have someone like Salah in the squad, you're not going to risk benching Salah to play Elliott. That's why at this very point, whatever he decides to do, if he decides that, okay, I'm going to stay in the squad and fight for my place, I'm okay with it. If he also decides that I need to move on and get into a place where I will find first team football, I'm also okay with it. And just after the training they had yesterday, he got into an interview and this same question came up about where he sees himself in the future. And he made it obvious that he's interested in trying to get himself into the World Cup squad for next year. So it shows that he really needs that game time. He needs that game time to show the England manager that, I'm capable of being in this squad. So, like I said, whatever he decides to do, I'm in full support of him. So that's it on that one. We are still waiting to know what becomes of Isak, what becomes of Diaz, and also what becomes of the likes of Nunez. But whatever becomes of all of them, whatever update comes next, you are very sure to be getting it on this channel, be it in the form of videos like this or on shorts. So if you check my shorts, you also see a couple of videos there. And just for the record, tomorrow Liverpool will be playing AC Milan. You'll be getting information about that on this channel too. So this is the time to ask you if you like what you are seeing. Of course, this is not the best we could do, but there are still areas to improve on. So just join this community, join what we are doing here, and be part of it all. Please feel free to subscribe, like the videos, connect with the channel, and give us your support.